Welcome to the Simple Mind Sports Show. I'm your host, Dr. Big Mac, a.k.a. Ray. Along with me, Cal Ripken himself, Mr. Iron Man, the Chief, Bobby. Bobby, how are you tonight?
Doing just fine. Yourself?
Just wonderful. Thank you for asking. Show rundown for today. We are talking, it's draft night, baby. New England Patriots are on the board. We are reacting to the NFL draft. Who is going to be the new signal caller for our New England Patriots? We will be breaking in and out. But the big topic, Games 2 recap of the Celtics. They live and die by the three. They got their asses kicked by the Miami Heat, who set a franchise record with 23 three-pointers. We'll be talking about that. Swayman saves the day in Toronto. Why take this kid out of the net? If you want to go to the second round, you got to keep him in net. This or that with Chief Bobby once again. He's making his triumphant return. Yep, he says it's good. I haven't seen it, so this is going to be great. And then we finish the show with Simplest Minds of the Week. Bobby, you ready to do this?
I'm ready to do it.
Let's go. Welcome, Bobby, and welcome everyone to the Simple Mind Sports Show, presented by Sports Fluent Media, distributed by Chilltown Hoops Network. Like I said, we're going to be watching the draft as it goes on right now. Both of us are watching the TV, so we'll break in and out. But right now, we're going to start talking the Celtics and how they live and die by the three. And let's just get a quick video update of last night's game.
Go at home by 21 Friday. Lost here Sunday, but they have come back with a win, and now they are going back to Miami, all even at one apiece. At a 10-point Miami victory in Game 2. And we're all even at one here in this best-of-7 first-round playoff series, Coach.
Yeah, we've played 15 games here in the first round. That's only the third road win for anybody. We had our first two last night, and Miami tonight hitting one.
Celtics lose 111-101 to the Heat, lose home court advantage. Celtics are always playing from behind in this game. It seemed like first quarter, they didn't show up. Second quarter, they made it a game. Third quarter, same old Celtics. Bobby, if you want to take your victory lap now, Joe Mazzulla, once again, could not do anything, did not make any adjustments. Please, the floor is yours, Bobby. Take it away.
I want my victory lap. I've been saying this. It's the same old Celtics. We gave some level of positivity in our last pre-playoff recap of this. Sunday's game went as we would have expected it to. They kind of the game was never in doubt. You know, they won the game handily as they should. This game came out. The Heat came out with, hold your socks here, a different plan. They did something differently, and the Celtics had no response to it and actually allowed them to set the playoff record for most three-pointers in a game. The game was competitive at one point, competitive through the first half. Second half, third quarter, doors blown off. Typical Celtics loss fashion. They never catch back up.
So you're telling me an NBA team can go out there and do a different style and have a different plan and actually execute it? Is that
you don't have to do the same thing every game. It is strange. I know. I don't know why.
Do you think Joe Mazzulla knows that? Because I don't think he does. I think he thinks that, you go out there, you run the same shit over and over again. If it doesn't work, well, we're going to try it again next time. Same fucking philosophy every game.
Joe Mazzulla is like a version 1 of an app on the original iPhone. It has one algorithm, and that algorithm is going to run what the fuck it does. It's not going to change. There's no updates to it because it's the original version. But that's all they do is he just runs that same thing over. That's what Joe Mazzulla is. He's a version 1 iPhone app.
Well, speaking of that, we have a nice press conference from Joe Mazzulla and one of the guys asked him about adjustments. This is from CLNS media. So let's hear what he has to say.
For 24 from 3 at halftime. We've talked this season about adjusting to when it's just an aberration, when it's just one of those nights. Did you feel like you adjusted in the second half? Because I think they made another 53% of their threes in the second half. And what could you have done differently? Because that was their whole strategy everybody knew it, that they were going to have to take a barrage of threes to keep up with you guys.
Yeah, well, so that to answer your question, that when things like that are happening, it puts more pressure on your offense. Your offense has to be more efficient. Your offense has to be more effective, and you have to look at the other side of the adjustment. And so the hero out of bio pick and roll is dangerous in itself, and you start going to switching, or you start inching out to those guys and not having shifts, and then you're making that a 2-on-2 game with their two best players. And so the first adjustment was to try to become more efficient on the offensive end. And, we were able to do that in some stretches. And it was, like a 6 to 8 point game. And so it was a 2-3 possession game. So with the team shooting 55% from three and you shooting 37%, you getting more shots than them and getting outshot by 11 for it to be a 2 possession game for the majority of the fourth quarter, I think.
What the fuck? He didn't answer any of the questions. All he did was ramble on about all this efficiency and offensive side of the ball. The guy asked him, why didn't you make any goddamn adjustments about the Heat making 23 three-pointers? And all he did was ramble on about, well, we got to be more efficient on the offensive side of the ball. 0 cents. That makes 0 sense to me. That was like me going up, giving my final book report in Walker's class, and just rambling on about me and printed off for me. Knew nothing about what was going on, but just ramble on. Just hope something fucking catches and someone just starts nodding their head. Then you're like, yeah, now I know. Now I got the room.
And in that same book report, and in that same assignment, I created a book called Walker is a Woman and presented it to the class and got a B. Fuck off, Walker. But going back to Mazzulla, at least he acknowledges that he doesn't actually do defense. In response to a question about the other team's offensive strategy, he's like, well, we have to score more points. He acknowledges, we will not change our defense at all. We're not going to do that. That's not something we do. He acknowledged it.
But that's how you just got beaten by this team. Like, basically,
Yes.
you put everyone back behind the perimeter, and then the Heat were just firing away. And then on the offensive side of the ball, the Heat did the opposite. They put everyone on the perimeter and made it so that, you know what, we're going to change up your whole game plan because this is what you guys live by. You live by the three, and now you're going to die by it because now you're not going to make anything because we're going to test everything in your face. And it showed. That's why Eric Spoelstra is a multi-time NBA champion, and you got Joe Mazzulla, who shouldn't even be on the bench for the Celtics right now.
Yes, Mazzulla was outcoached, and hats off to the Heat players. They made their shots. They made them. So the Heat players did their part. But yes, he was absolutely outcoached. He knew, Spoelstra knows that if he makes adjustments, they won't be countered. And if the Heat players can execute, they'll win games. They did it last year, and they could do it again this year. So there is no reason as to why that should have happened. Mazzulla was outcoached, and he has to do better, or else we could have a real problem on our hands losing to that a bag of bums.
I also read some stuff today about, like, we got all these veteran assistant coaches. Why aren't they putting their 2 cents in? When you're the head coach, you don't fucking listen to anyone. You just run your game plan. This is what we're running. You're going to listen to me. Sam Cassell can be out there fucking telling Tatum what to do on the post and all that stuff and working down low. But if you're not there, if you're not the head guy, no one's going to listen to you. And that's the big problem, is that Joe Mazzulla has the whistle. And if he's not going to change anything, then the Celtics team might be doomed. And maybe we're not even going to get to the finals.
Tatum and Brown don't respect authority. Are you kidding me? Those guys don't give a shit what anybody tells them. The only way that they would listen to if somebody is if they're physically scared of them, which they were of Udoka, and now he's left.
Pretty much, but that's the thing. Like, this is Joe Mazzulla's team. They had more fight when Ime was here, I think, in my opinion, and I just don't think they respect Joe Mazzulla, like you said. And it's kind of showing right now. They're just going through the motions. Tatum's just being himself, and it's not a good look right now.
Yeah, Mazzulla is an NBA players coach. He caters to their egos. He doesn't coach hard. He talks about statistics and things we can do, and this is how we win games, doing things that sound fun. He doesn't talk about, I don't think he talks about the things that are difficult, hard for them, the things that you have to do to win games at that level. I just don't think he addresses those topics.
Yeah. Adversity. It's a big thing, going into game 3, and they asked Tatum about that in a press conference. Let's play that real quick.
At this moment in the series, tied a game apiece going to Miami, do you see your team facing some adversity at this point? Is this just kind of how series go? How do you evaluate it?
I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be easy. That's a lot of history between these two franchises, especially recently. regardless of seeding or who's in and who's out. It's the playoffs, and especially with that team, it's never going to go how people expect it to go. And that's the beauty of being in the playoffs and playing at the highest level. It's part of it. We lost the game, and we got a chance to play again on Saturday. So it should be another fun one.
Raymond, if you could play the video of Jason Tatum, that was the video of the depressed Sherpa that you showed me before for
Sorry.
Simple Minds. So
Sorry,
if you could put the Tatum one up, that would be great.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Jason Tatum. He does look like he's sad because his prize zebra was killed and he skinned it and then decided to wear it to the press conference that night. But yeah, I don't understand what's going on. Holy shit. Look at this. Wow. He's alive, folks.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You skipped your fucking
Wow, look at this. Alive looking.
dinner. Wow.
Is he actually live at the draft right now?
I think so.
I'm here reporting live from the draft,
Perfect.
and the Patriots are not going to do the right thing.
Nope.
God, Ray, you look skinny. You've been losing weight?
Yep. You look good. I haven't seen you in a while. This is very weird.
I know this is.
We were just talking about the Celtics. We were talking about Tatum. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The most irritable team. Yeah.
What needs to change
Just
for
watched
game
the clip
3
with
there, Richard?
Tatum wearing a Sherpa outfit.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you missed that.
Look, if you've been following the show, anybody listening knows that I have been on the same tirade or track or thought process of the Celtics since they lost the 2022 finals. They need to prove that they can execute in late game situations and prove that they have some level of urgency. A lot of people want to call it the Mamba mentality or putting your boot on someone's throat and things. They don't even have that, Raymond. They don't even have that. There is not the lack of urgency in that building comes directly from Jason Tatum and is endorsed and what's the word I'm looking for? Enabled by Joey fucking
Mush attitude.
Just this dookie, go with the flow. Everything's going to be okay. Follow the nerds. There's no sense of urgency. The one guy that looks like we keep saying it year after year is Jaylen Brown. Feels like he wants to be the guy that brings that attitude, but nobody will follow him. I don't know why. I don't know where that disconnect is. But I'd hate to say that it was not surprising to see that performance in Game 2 for the Celtics, but it wasn't fucking surprising. And I'm on the road for work, so I got to basically the middle of the fourth quarter when I turned the game on. I texted you what was happening, and Ray, you said the Heat are hitting threes, and you sounded like a douchebag homer, like the rest of these fucking Celtics fans. And what I parsed out of it real quickly, watching that game for 2 seconds, was, they just didn't come to play. They buried him game 1, and the same thing that's happened the last 3 years. They thought, okay, they're dead, they're going away, we don't have to show up and play. That's what happened. So nothing's changed.
I might sound like a homer, but I mean, they didn't do any adjustments. I mean, any smart coach would be like, holy shit, these guys are making threes nonstop. Put the guys on the perimeter like Eric Spoelstra did and make these guys go into the lane and drive. Yet Joe Mazzulla just kept going with the flow and saying, well, they're going to play their switch with Hero and Bam Adebayo, so why don't we just keep doing what we're doing? It's like he doesn't understand the whole concept. You don't want them to keep doing this. If they're hot from the outside, you got to do something to stop that. And he didn't do it.
Well, I think, I think we're saying the same thing 2 different ways.
I'm doing the dumb way. You're doing the more intelligent way. Thank you.
I guess I'm really out of my element now. I can't really hear myself speaking. I don't know if I'm yelling into this mic.
You sound great, baby.
I sound fine.
I stopped at a Best Buy and purchased this, Raymond, so I wouldn't sound like shit. So take that fucking note.
Did you put it on the company credit card?
I do have meetings. I just it's not a whatever you want to call it, a lack of urgency. Clearly, Bobby, Joe Mazzulla is not fit for this position. We've mentioned it multiple times. He's not a head coach in the NBA, at least at this point in time. He's 35 years old. No shit. He's learning on the job, and he lacks the aptitude to handle an in-game adjustments or feel or anything really. They've yet to prove what we've been asking them to prove for 2 years. They've still yet to do it. 2 games into the playoffs and they capitulate right to what we expected them to be. It's kind of unbelievable, but also not really, Bobby. It's like shit that happened.
It's the exact same pattern that they go through in a Celtics loss. The team comes out after halftime, they make an adjustment. The Celtics do not counter. It gets tight in the fourth quarter. The Celtics do not close. It's formulaic. It's the same exact game.
Yep. So I don't know if you touched on this already. Do you feel the series is in jeopardy?
I don't feel like it's in jeopardy, but I think it's going to go more than 5 games. I think it's going to be 6, maybe even 7.
I think the pressure is squarely on the Celtics' shoulders to not lose Game 3. Eric Spoelstra is probably right here in Missoula's head. He's a better coach. If he comes out with a new wrinkle that they can't stop initially, and the Celtics go down, do they have the gumption to get back in the game? Down 2-1? I mean, they don't exactly seem like the most mentally strong outfit. So I think if things start to go the other way, that they could fold up shop. Of course, they could.
See, I don't think that, because they went down 0-3 last year and they won 3 straight. I just think they follow the numbers. There's like little to no emotional stake in the game. And if they come out and they hit their shots, did you listen to any of them after the game? No.
Yeah,
they had fuck. What was the stat? It was the most wide open threes for the Heat in the history of the NBA. It was the most 3-pointers the Heat have ever made in the playoffs. They've only shot 50% beyond the 3-point line in the playoffs 3 or 4 times. All of it against this Celtics team. They just didn't come to play defense. And after the game, they're asked about it, and all of them had the same response. It's a make or miss league. They hit a lot of shots. We didn't. We'll be okay. We'll come back next game. And honestly, they probably will. They'll probably come back next game with maybe a little more pep in their step to start the game. They'll hit their shots, and they'll win. And then they will take a step backwards the next game. And this is, I think the biggest takeaway is they've yet to, and may never at this point, prove that they have what everyone's looking for from this team, which is, that it factor, or whatever you want to call it, the killer instinct, or whatever you want to call it.
The way you get mentality is what you're looking for.
Yeah, they don't have that. The way that you get beyond that is supreme talent, which they have, but also a leader that can instill urgency. You don't have to have a killer. You don't have to be Kobe Bryant, but you can still play with a sense of urgency, which they continuously are absent of in important games. When they have an opportunity to take control over playoff series or end them, they come out without that urgency. They had it in game 1, right? For whatever reason, they came out in gangbusters in game 1, and game 2 they didn't. And maybe it's because Bobby, Spoelstra put that wrinkle in, and they were taken off guard, and Joe Mazzulla stuck his thumb up his ass and was like, "I don't know, boys, just keep fucking shooting."
That's pretty much it.
Just keep going, keep throwing the Porzingis in the post, even though they're playing a fucking outside end zone. No big deal.
I thought you were in Texas.
Something up Mazzulla's ass. It's just it gets readjusted.
You sound like you were right inside the timeouts in the huddle right there, Rich. Like you probably had it word for word what Mazzulla was telling those kids on the fucking bench.
He's a piece of, he sucks. He blows, and they're gonna scapegoat him if they're not gonna look. We're getting way ahead of ourselves. I think they win the series here, but I don't think they win the championship, and they won't fire Mazzulla. Everybody wants them to. They won't. It's too much. You can't have
someone has to be the odd man out though. You have to have someone go though. So
no, they don't. They'll just bring it all back next year.
Run it back.
They keep doing that though, and it doesn't do anything. You can't.
They traded Marcus Smart. They made big moves this offseason. They'll run it back the same as next year.
They did do a lot. I'm just saying you gotta one of the guys has to go. One of the Jays has to go. It should be Jaylen Brown.
Let me tell you something. Let me give you a sobering piece of news here, Ray. This is who they are. They are not going to go and take a championship. They might get one. One might fall in their lap. That happens to teams with superior talent. The path is there for them. The injuries, Jimmy Butler's out, Giannis is out. Something might happen to Jokic or Jamal Murray, who, oh, by the way, did you see that shot?
With the landscape of the league, they could rip off 2 or 3.
Yeah, they might backdoor into one, like a Tuesday at Irene's, but they are not going to ever, I'll say this confidently now, they are never going to go out and take one. They are never going to turn into the Steph Curry Warriors with a win. They're not going to flip that switch. It's not in their DNA. And when I say there, I mean Jason Tatum, who will be the face of this franchise for a decade. And his dookie fucking pussy mentality and just aura about him that is what the team is. That is what the team is. They're a front-running, soft team. And they
Great
will be
segue,
that
Rich.
way.
Look to your right.
Forever.
That's going to be the franchise, the soft pussy-ass bitch, Caleb Williams, who just got drafted to Chicago first overall. As we're going over Celtics, we're talking, obviously, NFL draft right now. So we'll be breaking in and out, especially when the Patriots draft.
We have live NFL draft coverage, do we?
Yes. So as we
And
see
just right off the cups, I come here with live footage behind me. Look at
you
that.
do. Perfect. Yeah. So Caleb Williams selected by the Bears first overall. He will probably be a bust, in my opinion.
I can't wait for this guy to fail. Oh,
he's going to.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Look at this fucking
I think
clown.
it certainly helps the Patriots knowing that one of these quarterbacks will bust, and he will be the one, hopefully.
I mean, they did do a lot of things for him. They bolstered up that offense for him. So, I mean, it's not like he's going to have no weapons to fail with, but he just looks like a douchebag.
Well, and it's also the overwhelming Bears factor. If the Bears could fuck up a quarterback, if anybody could fuck up a quarterback, it's the Bears.
Yeah, absolutely.
well, you combine that with his petulant personality, and it
Was that his mom? No,
doesn't
his
have
girlfriend.
No,
it's his
doesn't have
girlfriend.
a
Good for him.
high success rate. Feels like.
I'm gonna give him an A+ for a girlfriend because I just saw her, so he's got that working for him. Other than that, he just looks like a bust. Back to Celtics. Richard, what has to happen game 3 for this team to get the win?
They just have to go and make their shots.
You think it's just easy as that?
Yeah. Look, last year, same thing happened. Heat got hot, and the Celtics allowed them to get hot. We'll see if they can the Celtics make an adjustment defensively to actually guard the 3-point line and not sit back in zone and dare them to hit and give them confidence. We'll see if Missoula wants to do that, or are they just going to let this series go 6 or 7 games where every other game the Heat fall back to their average of 38% behind the line and the Celtics hit more shots than them and they play the numbers and they win? Or do they put their foot on their throat and play some fucking perimeter defense? We'll see. But Porzingis sucked. Derek White was silent until the last 2 minutes. Drew Holiday couldn't hit shots. Their supporting cast could not hit shots. Tatum crumbled in the fourth quarter. 3 missed free throws in the fourth quarter. Joe Mazzulla sat Jaylen Brown. Didn't sit him. People are misunderstanding. I see this on internet. Why was Jaylen Brown sitting? He wasn't. That's just the rotation. Joe Mazzulla has a rotation, and he sticks to it because that's what the nerds tell him to do. So you're down by 10 in the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown's not going in until there's 8 minutes and 13 seconds left, people. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Doesn't matter. It's the playoffs.
Yeah.
Even though he was the best player on the court last night. So
yeah.
They'll make shots. They'll probably win on Saturday, and they'll probably, it'll go 6. They'll make shots. They'll miss shots. It's a make or miss league. Have you not listened to them?
Yep. Bobby, your thoughts?
Yeah, we said it all. It doesn't. Missoula's not going to change the game. They're going to run the same thing back. They're a better team. They should win the game.
All right. Hopefully, game 3 is a big turnaround for the Celtics, and they actually pull out the win in South Beach. Quick break, and then we're going to talk some Bruins real quick before the Patriots make their selection.
I got my ball to my butt, yeah. Oh my God, what did I do? I can't take the dump, cause now my balls are blocking up my butthole. Fool me once.
Swayman has great numbers against the Leafs. The Leafs struggle to score against him. Why would you not just stick with the hot hand and the goalie that has the most success against the team that you are playing to get to the second round? So while Allmark played solid, I just think it's Swayman's net to lose at this point. Now, if he has a stinker in the next game, maybe you consider switching, but I think Swayman has proven that he has the Leafs number.
Let's talk some hockey there, boys.
Hold on. You really, I put these on because you really buried the lead with the balls glued to my butthole tune, which is an absolute banger.
That was great.
It was a banger. Buddy sent me that from work today. I'm like, I'm going to use that for quick break today. I'm like,
Go
that's a
poop
good.
because my
I
balls are
said that to
blocking
you
the way.
assholes 2 weeks ago. Don't fucking take that credit away from me, Raymond.
Okay, you did send it to me, but I'm just saying my buddy sent it to me today, so that's why.
Well, you weren't there at the week-long docking excursion, so that's why
That's
he's
true.
much.
You weren't at Mario Brothers.
closer
We
to
were
that
getting our
guy now.
mushrooms and our star power and all that stuff. You weren't there. For that,
That's true. Did you give a full examination of your boys' docking session
yeah,
for
absolutely.
the cold open?
Yep.
Did he, Bobby, or is he lying to me?
It wasn't full, but he shed light on it.
He got as much of his dumb thoughts out of his stupid head as he could in concession.
Yeah, as much as he could compile.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were busy docking internally at your mother's house.
No, thank
You
you.
were gone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's talk hockey real quick because the pick is in for the Washington. So Patriots are up next. So Swayman should stay in net, yes, because game 3 he showed that this whole goalie fucking going back and forth thing is not going to work. Allmark looked shaky game 2. Swayman looked great game 3. Game 4 has to be Swayman, right?
Nope.
You think it's gonna be Allmark?
Look, it's a game of nerds, people. We're living in a sports.
Fucking hate nerds.
We're living in a sports game of nerds, and you're testing the nerd gods by going away from what they are dedicated. You got to lead, so you're not desperate. You're up 2-1. They have been dedicated to this platoon goalie situation going into the playoffs. They did not do it last year. Bit him in the ass, maybe. Olmark did not look as good. And look, game 2, Olmark didn't look bad. He had some actually really
he was shaky saves. First period. He was very shaky.
I guess he's not the reason you lost. He's certainly not the reason you lost. And I think the Swayman is in their head thing is an easy way to go about it. He's locked in right now. But look, you got the lead. Go back. Just keep going with the goalie platoon. That's what you've been doing. Keep going with it. Picks in.
Who do you think the Commanders take? It's gonna be Jaden Daniels. It has to be Jaden Daniels.
It's Jaden Daniels.
Is it?
Yep.
It's Jaden Daniels.
It's Jaden Daniels.
Okay, things are about to get interesting.
Patriots are on the clock.
So now that we know that, quickly, Toronto is is a more physical team than the Bruins, right? Watching that game, you don't think so? I think they're bringing a more physicality to this series than the Bruins are. The Bruins are just the little boys that are just trying to put the puck in the net. And the Toronto's just flying around the ice, fucking just knocking.
No, the Leafs are faster. They are more skilled up front. It's the same story that it's been for years. Both these teams, Boston is built from the back end out, like your mother's ass. Thank you.
God, boys. Come on.
You've got an edge in goal, and you've got look, they're not as skilled. The Bruins are not as skilled defensively, but they know how to play in their own zone. The Leafs do not. What the Bruins did not do in game 2, they came out like the Celtics. They did not forecheck. They didn't get into the Leaf zone. They went 8, 12, 13-minute stretches of not getting a shot attempt, never mind on goal. There was no pressure up front. So physicality, I would say the Bruins are, by nature, the more physical team. Maybe you're right. Maybe the Leafs are playing more physical, but I don't think that's the difference maker. The difference maker is put some shots on net against Toronto and watch them fold like a fucking Leaf.
Yeah. Great segue. What do you see happening in game 4?
Bruins probably lose. Game's, it's going 7.
It's going 7
Omar
games.
probably shits his pants and looks like a dump, and then Swayman takes it to game 7, and we'll watch the Leafs crumble away a 3-2 lead in the third period.
All right, perfect. We're gonna do a quick break, and then the Patriots are officially on the clock for pick 3.
You're really doing an excellent job as host tonight, Ray.
I'm fucking.
I applaud you.
Fun.
Thank you.
Restless mind.
First and foremost, it's because you came in here. You were the wild card. We had this all fucking finalized, and then you come soaring through, looking fucking suave and debonair as usual, and then it just throws me off looking at you.
Whatever. Patriots are on the clock.
Officially,
5 minutes to
and
go.
37 seconds.
Has anybody offered the bag yet? Is there a bag out there?
Bobby has
Elliot
been
was on the
so
phone asking, "Will you
cunty
give me
today.
this? Will you give
He's
me
been
this?"
so cunty about
Bobby
the
has
whole
been cutting because he
situation.
knows what's going to happen. This is going to be a
I'm
total
all worked
fail.
out
Whoever
about
this
this.
is, it's going to be a total fail. They're going to be like Mac Jones 2.0, and we're going to be doing this all over again in 4 years.
Yeah, the at this point, odds are they're just taking the quarterback, and it's between JJ and Drake May at this
If
point.
it's JJ, I fucking riot. I riot. I will drive to Foxborough and I'll stick my nuts in Robert Kraft's mouth.
Your nuts won't get within 5 feet of Kraft.
That's
Joke's on
true.
you. My nuts are big. They will get.
Your nuts aren't 5 feet big. If your nuts were 5 feet big, your nuts would be like that song just there, and you wouldn't be able to shit because your nuts would be in the way.
No, we're gonna put them in the holsters there, like the ladies do when they're giving birth, and get them up high, and then someone underneath them is gonna stretch it out like a slingshot and fire it over the walls of Foxborough.
Is
I watched.
guy firing his nuts in me?
You wouldn't even know what happened to him.
I would actually give them more credit if they took JJ here than Drake May.
Oh,
hate. Yes, here's
it's
why.
a safer pick.
No, in public opinion, Drake May is the safer pick. He's the
JJ is
consensus
better than
number
JJ.
3 quarterback. He's got the higher upside. Blah 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 blah. JJ McCarthy pick would be: we see something in this kid. We think we can win with him, and he's not the consensus 3. We're going to overdraft, but we like him better than than Drake May, which everybody else thinks is the pick that should be taken here. I'd actually give him more. I'd hate him. I hate both options. I've said that from the beginning.
Pick's in. Pick is in.
The pick is in.
Who is it?
I hate this.
Yeah.
I do too. I wish they would have traded it. I wish they would have got a king's ransom. Oh, there's Robert right now. If it's JJ, I'm gonna look at it. He can't even put his hands in his pocket properly. You don't think I get my nuts in his mouth? Come on. Oh, I hope you're gonna be a New England Patriot. Oh, they don't look happy.
Look at their
Like
draft
no one's
room. The
clapping.
draft room
Do you
looks
see
like
that war
shit.
room? They weren't fucking clapping. No, like the morale in that room is terrible. Like the Bears were all high fiving, the executives were high fiving.
Their
You
draft
just see the
room looks
Patriots one, they
terrible.
just like, fuck. It's Drake May. It's fucking gonna be Drake May.
He looks terrified right
Drake
now.
May doesn't look happy either.
He looks terrified.
So I'm gonna go destroy.
God damn it! I have to go there. I have no wide receivers. I got no tight end help. I got no offensive line. Fuck.
Mac Jones just texted him and said, "Try not to look like an asshole walking up to the podium." It
Did
doesn't
you see
go
what
well
Drake
3
May
years
was
later.
wearing tonight too?
No.
Wait till you see what he's wearing. He looks like an
gross,
asshole.
If this is Drake May, I'm leaving.
Okay.
You got yourself an out. Well done.
Well, Richard, here we go. Pick is in. Bye, Rich. There's our new quarterback, baby. Number 10.
There it
Just
is,
dust off
Drake
those
May.
Mac Jones jerseys, baby. Drake May's the guy.
Yep.
Oh, look at this
Do
little
what that
asshole.
guy did. Just put the duct tape over
Oh,
it.
look at this fucking asshole.
There he is.
Oh, god damn it.
The new quarterback.
Welcome to mediocrity for another 4 years, boys. Oh, this sucks. Sucks. This kid looks like a douchebag. Oh, look at him. Look at this smile. Oh, he's doing the Mac Jones, so clearly he didn't take his advice. Oh, man. This is so disappointing.
What do you think the first game he plays this year is?
Week 7.
Yeah. Nobody offered the bag.
Bad day to be a Patriots fan. This is not good.
If he's
Not
if
good.
He can play, it's a good move. But we just don't know.
Oh, you think, Bobby?
It's stunning analysis.
Hey, if he's awesome, this is a good pick. If he's fucking good, this is a good pick.
It's that simple.
No
Wait.
fucking shit.
We can make a trade still. We can still trade, depending on what the Giants do,
I'm
man.
gonna throw up.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
trade
shit
the
my
pick. You
pants. I'm
just
so
trade
angry.
Drake May. Hey, they could still just trade Drake May. We don't
There
have
we
to
go.
trade
See?
a
God
pick.
fucking damn it. All the jerking off around this goddamn pick. I'm so aggravated. It's just
Name another North Carolina quarterback that's done good in the league.
look, Ray, this is
None.
let me
That's the
tell you
answer.
let me tell you why you're aggravated with this pick and why I was just right when I said I'd give more credit if they took JJ McCarthy. Because they have see that war room where to your point, they weren't excited. They have no balls. None of them are balls.
You know who does? This guy.
Well, Robert Kraft's about to find out. They're being run by the Krafts.
Oh.
Elliot Wolf is a lame duck GM. He has no credibility and he has no leverage.
Look at him.
They have a rookie head coach who has no idea what he's doing. He has no personnel experience. He has no experience on offense as a coach. They are in a position where they needed to make the safest pick from a PR standpoint that they possibly could. That's going to buy them 2 or 3 years. This kid should sit for an entire year. If you're Merrill Hodge, you should sit for 3 years and then get you fired when you finally put him in there, which will extend their ability, when I'm talking Elliot Wolf in the personnel, their ability to stay in their jobs for another 2 years. That's what this pick is. That's it. That's it. Now, Bobby's astute criticism here. If he's good, fantastic. You nailed it.
Nice job, Bobby.
You fucking nailed the pick. Yeah, he's good. If the plan works, great job. Good job. Plan worked.
Good job.
All the projections are he's a fucking numbskull with a big arm, which generally, when you're the third
Josh
quarterback
Allen.
taken off the board to a desperate franchise in a desperate situation that absolutely needs a quarterback, so they just take the quarterback available, the odds of that, the history and the odds of that working are very low. But they've given themselves 24 months of runway here because the Krafts wanted a high-profile quarterback taken, and they took him. They took the consensus pick to take there. They didn't take a risk. They didn't take a chance. They didn't expand their treasure chest of assets. They just took the safe pick. That was the safest thing they could have done in that spot, and all the speculation for months was bullshit. And this is why the draft fucking blows and why I hate it. It doesn't matter. We're not going to see that kid for a year or more.
Ooh,
and
I think
on
we're
Monday,
seeing,
when this
I bet
draft
you we
is
see him
over,
earlier.
on Monday, when this draft is over, you're going to look at this roster and go, they still blow. The draft doesn't mean anything. It's false hope for franchises like the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals until they got, kind of good, and the Jaguars. The shitty franchises of the league look forward to the draft, and they spend 4 months talking about the draft. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything in the immediate. So what are we going to talk about Monday for the Patriots? Big Black Hoyer. He's starting week 1. Who's he throwing to?
No one.
Kendrick Bourne?
Yep. Because you
Him-
still have to
him,
address the
Pop
left
Douglas.
tackle. You still got to address the fucking wide
Osborne.
receivers. Still got to get that defensive better. I mean, yeah, you got so many holes. Like, I wish they would have had some sort of deal that they could have got more assets so they could have addressed more holes, but they didn't.
I don't think they ever planned on it. I think it was literally either get the most unprecedented deal in draft history for the 3rd overall pick or draft whatever was left there, Daniels or May. I think they would have taken either one and said, thank you very much.
I still think it's a great pick. I think they could have done better if they traded out. Even if you move back to 6, if you move back to 11, if you could have got more assets, more draft capital for this year, because you have so many fucking holes to fill still. And we're at the draft. Free agency's over. We're at the draft, and you still have all these holes. You're not going to do it with 7 selections this year. You got to get back into the first round. You got to get into the second round. You just got to keep making these picks because late round selections aren't going to do it for you. Marvin Harrison Jr. just got selected to Arizona. I mean, that's what you need. You need a killer instinct at wide receiver now, and you don't have that on this team. You have Drake May, when he comes, has no one to throw to.
He's going to make all the receivers better now. He's the number 3 overall quarterback. He's going to be great.
Yeah, that's what he did at North Carolina this year. Didn't you read the scouting report?
Yeah, he's awesome.
So you guys think you think we'll see Drake May in 2024?
I think he will.
I think so, yes.
Especially if Big Black Hoyer has a terrible run.
Do you think we should? What are the circumstances that we see Drake May?
we're out of playoff contention. So by week 7.
I just think that they'll always plan on playing him there. I think best case scenario would be that he plays like you kind of like Mahomes him, but maybe give him like 3 or 4 games depending on how the season goes. Let him get his feet wet, let him get some professional experience, but not enough that teams could key in on his weaknesses yet. And then as a team, you can find out what his strengths and weaknesses are and have a whole offseason to address them with him individually and the roster, how you can fit it to his needs.
God, you know what that sounds like?
A real cunt.
Cleveland Browns.
Ah.
That sounds like
How is that Brownsy?
Because it sounds like the playbook of every shitty franchise for the
We
last
are a
25
shitty franchise.
years.
We are a shitty franchise.
Well, good. You're going to be a shitty franchise forever if you keep with that fucking plan. If you're going to sit him, sit him. Red shirt his ass. Don't play him till next year. You don't see the field, dude. Go away.
Make him QB3.
Go away.
Have Bailey Zappi be the backup quarterback. Have him.
Jordan
be
Love
the,
his ass. Jordan
You're
Love
going
him.
to carry Bailey Zappi's water, okay? Just follow Zap Daddy around.
Imagine that. Ugh.
Like this
Oh, that
entire
never. Now I feel bad for him. Is he going to have to deal with that little cunt? Poor Drake.
Yep.
Somebody needs to get rid of Zappy.
his name's Drake. I'm sure he's a cunt. The entire season is going to be when are we going to see Drake May? It's going to be more annoying than
It's going to start immediately.
As soon as the losing streak starts, you're going to say, put Drake.
no,
May
no,
in.
no, no, no. Training camp. Woo! This boy looks good. You see that 40-yard?
Well, you're
fucking
going to see
guy.
him in preseason
Fuck.
game
Yeah, you're
rip
right.
60-yard throws to nobodies, and then yes, and in training camp, he's going to be the best looking Patriot quarterback ever. Because I'm sure against air, like he's going to obviously he's young, he's big, he's strong, he's going to throw the ball harder than any of the other quarterbacks. He's going to look significantly better than Mac Jones did. So the media is going to be fawning over him at practice as he sits there and rips 40-yard passes like it's nothing, because I'm sure he does have a great arm.
Where did we hear that before? Whose rookie year did we hear that? Mac Jones. Mac Jones, everyone was fawning over him. Oh, look at him. Look at how he has control of this offense. Look how great he's
but they
doing.
were fawning over stupid things like.
But that's what I'm
he's
saying, though. You already
he's
heard this with Mac
poised.
Jones. You're going to hear it again.
Ooh.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's going to start immediately. As soon as that kid hits the field, it's going to be when are they going to give him the keys? When are they going to give him the keys? BBH is leading us to a 6-win season. They're boring. Bring in the kid. Bring in the kid. Bring in the kid.
It's true.
It's going to be very fucking annoying.
It's going to be very annoying. But, I mean, you got 5 years. You got that rookie contract to deal with. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to start adding players around. Kraft's got to open up that fucking checkbook and start paying for talent around him, because right now he has nothing. Kendrick Bourne's your number 1 receiver on this team right now. And that is not something that you want to go into the 2024 season with. You want to get better. You need to get weapons. However that is, get Brandon Ayuk from fucking San Francisco. Go get T. Higgins, who demanded a trade today. Just go out there and you got to build weapons around him, or else these guys are going to fail.
Yeah, I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop from the personnel department of the Patriots, that they're slow playing it, waiting for the right opportunity. They've got money, they've got cap space, they've got some assets, and the longer it goes, the more it starts to feel like the Red Sox, and that they are content in what they would consider a bridge year. And I would push back on that, as there's no such thing in the NFL. You just go for it every single year as hard as you can.
The Patriots would do it if they could get it to a 3rd round pick. I think they would do it if they could get it to a 3rd, but they're not going to trade the 2nd pick. I think they're going to trade back with their 2nd pick. I don't think they're going to pick at 34. I think they're going to trade back and get another 3rd or more 4ths. Or
No,
whatever.
they're not, Bobby. They're not going to trade a single thing. Did you see what happened? They're going to Wednesday night, Irene, this thing, boring, slow, missionary, this fucking thing to death.
Tired.
I don't know. Wait, I've never had a night like that, so I don't even.
No, it's
tired,
Wednesday
gal.
nights. It's after Tuesday. There's a lot of fatigue. There's lack of creativity. There's no balls involved. A lot of eunuchs walking through the door. And then just missionary in it for the rest. They will not make a trade. There will not be anything.
Stop browbeating the
Creativity.
missionary position, okay? Acting like every time you fuck that it's a different position.
Yeah.
I bet you go to missionary quite frequently.
Immediately.
You don't have Kama
exactly.
Sutra books of fucking around your bedroom. You just go.
You
to the
actually
same
probably
old,
prefer to
same old
lie on your
Richard.
back so you don't have to do any of the work.
Well, who doesn't?
It's better that way, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go to happy topics now? You want to do a little this or that, Richard?
Sure. I have a brief moment here. Did we get headlines?
Yep, we already did that before you came on.
No, you didn't. You're a fucking liar.
No, they were great. He did.
I got illusions and illusions. Obsessed, I'm a best of daydreams.
I'm not doing this or that, so this is gonna be Bobby's show. I don't even have the
Excellent.
email, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So let's do it.
Nope, I kept them from him so that these could be a surprise, and it is a pleasure to have Richard here. So let's just get away with the first one. They're really more of a would you rather style. So would you rather have a toothy head while listening to a Taylor Swift music, or a good hand job listening to Buffalo 40?
Oh, that's an easy
Good
one.
hand job. Listen to Buffalo 40 for sure.
Yeah.
Come on.
I agree. This is a simple question, but
That's insinuating
I had
Buffalo
to
40
get-
doesn't have bangers, and you know what?
They do.
You just had to get it in there. I absolutely had to do that.
No problem.
Now, every time, so here's the question. Every time you park at your house, it's like parking at a Home Depot parking lot. It's that sort of frustration. Or you have to park and walk. It's a 5-minute walk every time.
5-minute walk.
Yeah, 5-minute walk.
But it's like, does it take you 5 minutes to park every time? I think
No,
Doesn't
so
I would
my
matter.
probably-
frustration, my
Doesn't
anger
matter.
is
Yeah.
going to go up to a whole new
Yep.
level. I would just rather park and then walk
Yep.
5.
Karma's gonna get me. I'm gonna start motherfucking people.
Fair enough. I'm gonna swing for the fences and go with the Home Depot lot that sometimes I can swing right in there.
Yeah, we be in.
Only cook outside or can only eat outside?
Nice one.
Cook outside.
Cook outside.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
want to eat. Because I
don't wanna sit there and
I eat
eat it.
fast. Yeah, I
I'll
eat
rough it
fast.
outside and then head inside for the meal.
Yeah,
Yep.
get nice and toasty.
Yeah, that's logical.
Have to watch 10 random MLS games or 10
Nope.
random MLB games.
MLB games. MLB games. MLB games.
I'm gonna go random 10 MLS games.
You
Yeah,
would.
they're shorter. I'm gonna go MLS. They're
Tools.
shorter, 90 minutes.
It's
Mhm.
awful. You're gonna.
I didn't say it's just shorter. That's why it's just less.
Pitch
It's
clock.
over.
The pitch clock is changing the game, Bobby.
That means
You
you
ever
can watch
watch
like
baseball?
Pirates and Cubs. You want to watch Pirates and Cubs?
No, nobody does.
Do you want to
not
watch
even-
dickhead fucking football team versus
You don't
nobody
even.
gives
You
a
can't
shit
even
football
name.
club?
You can't even name like 3 fucking soccer teams.
You want to watch a Sounders Revs game?
Yeah, you know what? Newsflash, right? Nobody can.
Yeah.
Hey, there's gonna be a sellout at Gillette this weekend when fucking Messi comes up here.
Good. Greatest football player of all time.
For
He's
now,
a twerp.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember a couple years ago when Messi suffered the worst loss in the history of
the World
sports?
Cup. Yeah, I was in
The
Vegas
World
when it
Cup,
happened. Yep,
when Ray
Saudi
said
Arabia.
that it was
Bobby,
the
go to the
worst
next one.
loss in the history
on.
of sports,
Hold
and then
on.
he went on to
Go ahead, Bobby. I muted him.
Have another baby or age 10 years instantly.
I'll take a baby. I mean, I would try to talk 3 into the old lady, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
Mm.
age 10 years. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
If you age 10 years, you might die. You might not. You just might immediately pass away.
Don't
Yeah, that
fuck-
includes,
don't
organs and
wish
everything?
Good things to me, baby. Don't wish good things to me.
Oh yeah, everything. Whatever you would look like in 10 years, boom, that's what you are instantly.
Yeah, I think the kid comes close to aging you 10 years anyway, so might as well
Ugh.
give you a chance to shot at like another person that can take care of you. once
Give me
you're-
the other kid. I'll assume that included a one-time sexual experience. So
True.
why not?
Ooh.
So that does go with it.
Congrats on the
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah, nice.
Good luck jerking that old fucking dick of yours, Ray.
It's gonna be the same as the 8th grade, baby. Just pray it gets up.
Just, just yanking that wet spaghetti.
God damn it! Come on, pressure.
Have someone 20 years younger be your boss, or only work with teenagers?
Oh, wow.
20 years younger.
Could you imagine just
Oh,
working?
fuck that. Work with teenagers. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm way smarter than them. I could get them to do all my work for me.
Am I the boss of the teenagers, or is it just,
No,
just like,
they're your peers. They're at your level.
are they? Is
Have
my
I worked
work-
there longer there? Am I like seniority?
You do over some of them, and others you don't. It's just like you're in this work group with only teenagers, which
Is my-
obviously you can't be that distinguished of a job because you work with a bunch of teenagers. So, I'm
my
assuming
work's not contingent of them and them doing a good job.
We're talking like McDonald's or something, like a fast food restaurant.
Well, no, just okay. Imagine at your place now, it's either your boss is going to be 20 years younger than you, or everyone that you work with that's equal footing as you. Some could be if you manage people, some of them could be that, and others that don't.
You're right. I'll take the
They're all
teenagers.
teenagers.
I'll take the teenagers.
Teenagers.
Yeah, give me the teenagers. They can easily be manipulated.
Yeah.
All right. Have
Go
the Patriots.
Hamas. They're on our side.
This one would have been better if it was pre-draft, but have the Patriots draft JJ at 3 or Irene at 3?
Irene.
My poor mother. Why we got to bring her into this?
This is actually a good thing. She would have been drafted. It comes with she was like a 4-year, $22 million contract.
Yeah, a hard worker. Knows how to, she's got a good rear.
How's her hand work? How's her hand work?
Good hands. Real solid hands.
Okay.
Keeps her eye on
We
the
would have
prize.
avoided all the negative reaction that we just recorded had we gone with Irene.
Yeah,
true.
Would have been much more positive.
All right.
Real big locker room presence.
Yep.
Draft Irene at 3.
There you go. The Langevin family just got much richer. Last one. Live and work on a farm in the Midwest or get plowed by a Midwest farm boy.
How many times? Like all the time?
Just once. Real hard. Just once, but it's real hard.
How big of a farm boy are we talking about?
He was away on a long trip and he's prime.
Working on a farm with Bill, that's a lot of work.
Like how long are we working on the farm for?
Forever.
How long? That's your life. You live on that farm and you work there. You till the field.
Fuck. All right. I'm going to take it from the farm boy. One time.
Yeah.
One time.
It can't be
All it
that
is.
bad. People do it for fun.
Yeah,
It's only a few minutes of your life.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can't be subjected to a lifetime of indentured servitude on a farm if you're that homophobic. You can. So
Yeah, true.
Is it homophobic not to want to get plowed in the ass?
Well, if getting plowed in the ass means you won't do that, if it's just one thing, you'd rather have a life of indentured servitude than maybe.
Well, okay, fine, yeah. Working in a field, I would not call indentured servitude. People just do that for a living. I think you'd have to raise the bar a little bit, but sure, I could see that. Yeah, if the other side of it is so bad, they have to stay away from the D and the B. Sure, it could definitely be considered.
Well, we were in consensus on gay sex, so that's good.
That's all that matters, baby.
Yeah. Maybe we can just farm boy each other and call it a day.
You can do that.
I want to go first.
Always go first. All right. Simplest minds of the week.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
I will say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me. I dodged it, but it nicked me. Bit of a day walker myself.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as stupid does.
I only got one, and it's Hunter Wendelstadt, umpire for the Yankees Oakland game. Here it is.
You're not yelling at me. I did what I'm supposed to do at check. I'm looking for him to get hit by the pit. You got anything else to say? You're gone. Okay?
Well, we heard that loud and clear from Hunter Wendelstadt.
And there you have it. Hunter did what he's supposed to do. He's looking for the hit by pit. He gone.
Right away. Aaron Boone has been tossed from this game, and he is pointing down at someone else. He's gonna...
So, yeah, basically he throws out Aaron Boone, but Aaron Boone didn't even argue anything. It was a fan. And then Hunter Wendelstadt just fucking flips out on Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone comes out and says, it wasn't me. And now the MLB is investigating Hunter Wendelstadt. It's the only simple mind I had for the week there, Richard.
That could be the only way an MLB umpire is ever disciplined or has anything done, by literally throwing out an umpire or throwing out a manager that didn't say anything. It was a
It's
fan.
crazy. It was
Other than
fucking
that,
crazy.
you can miss every ball and strike call and they don't care.
Yeah.
It happened to Alex Cora earlier this year too. There is a epidemic in MLB umpires. They are worse than ever. I don't know what to do about it.
Are they unionized? They're unionized, right?
I think so. Yeah, they've got a lot of power. All officiating is, feels like it's gone off the rails with professional sports. Baseball's bad. The Angel Hernandez stuff that keeps popping up.
Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah, he's really bad.
They need to fire these guys. They set some precedents and fire these guys. That's funny. I'd like to nominate Elliot Wolf for the New England Patriots for the Simplest Minds of the Week as well, for dicking around with his pick for 6 months.
And then the Giants fucking go out and get Malik Neighbors, and they don't even go after a quarterback because they were all unbothered. They wanted to get the guy.
JJ's still on the board.
JJ's still on the board.
They were saying, though, the JJ stock was dropping fast today. I don't know why all of a sudden, but yeah.
I know why. Because he blows.
He might fall right to 11 to Minnesota.
Minnesota won't have to make a fucking trade.
You know what's going to turn this whole thing around, though?
What?
Is if Drake May is good.
Well, yeah, that would be fucking phenomenal. Imagine that. You draft the guy at 3 and he's good.
Now, if he's good, all things are
positive.
Really looking up.
Let's just hope he's good.
The most astute piece of commentary on this show, and it's
is that like is that
I got
worse
you
than
to
the hey
agree
not?
to Grace X about 5 minutes ago.
Hey, why not? Is that worse than that?
Yeah. You know what? Hey, it's not that bad if he's good.
Hey, why not?
It's not a bad pick if he's good.
It's true.
I like that logic used in other things.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Any more nominees? Are you good?
Bad if it's good.
I fucking hate that pick, but it's not bad if he's good.
Yeah. Perfect. This has been the Simple Minds Sports Show, Friday Rewind, April 26th / live April 25th. Thanks for joining. Like, subscribe, review, tell your friends, and as always, tell your mothers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bobby?
Bye-bye.